guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. Yes, you guys, subscribe. You won't be disappointed. And please like this video, okay, you guys? The likes help a lot in the algorithm, all right? Now, let's get right into it, okay? So this is a story time. I have said I'm going to incorporate quite a few more story times into my videos, along with my hauls, my travel stuff, my healing stuff, and my dating stuff, okay? So expect that, all right? Now, this is a story time about when I was 16 years old, and a prisoner, an inmate, wrote me a letter. It was very odd. So basically, when I was 16, I was nominated as Teen of the Week for the city that I'm from. So for the city that I'm from, they have obviously a newspaper for the city, like most cities do. And it is a capital city, so it's a pretty, decent newspaper, right? And they have a Teen of the Week every week, right? So basically, I think the Teen of the Week has to be in high school, but anywhere between 9th grade and 12th grade. So basically, someone nominates them, you get chosen, they kind of do like a quick interview and figure out like who you are, what you like, what you're interested in, how you're doing in school, what are your plans after school, what are you doing in the community, like your background, whatever, right? So I got nominated by someone for Teen of the Week. I think it was my old supervisor. Shout out to him. And it came as such a surprise. I had always read about the Teen of the Week in the newspaper, or like my grandmother would show me it. And I just always thought like, that's such an honor to be in this capital newspaper. You get your picture, you get this nice story. And for whatever reason, I just never thought I would be nominated. So it was quite an honor. I was so happy, so excited, and just so proud of myself. I'm like, look at this young Black girl doing her thing, Teen of the Week. So yeah, made Teen of the Week. They had this article about me. The interviewer, she had so many facts wrong though. Like, she interviewed me and I gave her one story, and then she totally flipped it and like added her own twist to it. So when I was reading it, I was like, I didn't tell you any of that. But that's besides the point, right? So Teen of the Week, cool. My grandmother actually ordered the plaque because I think they had that as an option. Like, if you wanted to save the newspaper, you could, but also you could have like a whole plaque made out to you with like your name on it, your story. And it was just super nice. I actually still have it to this day. So I'm glad that she did order that for me. So she was proud of me. I was proud of myself. It was a good look, So literally like a few weeks later, I want to say like 2 weeks later, I get this letter in the mail. It was made out to me, like addressed my first name. I think it might have even had my middle name and my last name, my actual home address. Now, mind you, you guys, I said I was 16, right? So at 16, I didn't have any bills. I didn't have any mail that should have been coming directly to me unless it was like a birthday card. Like, I wasn't paying my phone bill at that age, I don't think. I paid for things like my clothes and stuff like that, but I wasn't paying like car insurance or medical bills or cell phone or anything like that. So also, I knew the people that sent me letters. Like, it would be for holidays, it would be for birthdays, whatever. Like, I usually didn't get just random letters from people, right? So when I got it, I was like, this is interesting. Then mind you, like inmates, they draw all over the envelopes, and it's like a real creative type of letter that you get, right? Like, the envelope is all like decked out. They write your name in these cool like scripts and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, interesting. And I think that the person who wrote it actually had like the detention center as the address. Like it said whatever detention center. So I'm like, what the heck? Didn't recognize the name, none of that. But you know, me being 16, I'm feeling like a little adult. I'm like, let me open up this letter without telling my grandmother or whatever. Let me see what this is. So I was curious. So I went ahead and I went into my room, opened up this letter, and it was a nice, long, thick letter. Like whoever wrote this, they were putting their heart into it. They put some time into it. Like it was either written front and back, or it was like 2 pages. Like it was a lot of writing, right? So I'm reading it. Like I said, didn't recognize the name, but they had all my information. So they're like going on and on, like, you're the love of my life. I miss you. I can't wait to see you when I get out. I just want to be with you. I'm hoping we can make things work out. Like basically talking as if I was already this person's girlfriend or something, as if we already had some type of relationship going on, and as if I knew them, most importantly. Like they were talking like, hey, like, you know, I'm your ex-boyfriend, or I'm your current boyfriend, I'm your fiance. Like when we get out, this is going to be great. So they're going on and on and on. Can't remember everything that was in it. I do remember that specifically though. They were talking like we were already involved, and like what they wanted to do when he got out, and how we were just going to be together, how much he loved me, what he loved about me, how great I was. And I remember him ending it basically saying like, please write him back or whatever. So I think I sat on it for a little bit before I told my grandmother, because I was really trying to think. I mean, I knew I didn't know anyone in jail, but for some reason I was trying to make it make sense to myself. Like I'm like, could this be, like, did I ever, like I was thinking so hard. But knowing I was 16, I didn't know anyone in jail, I didn't have a boyfriend at that time, like it didn't make sense. So I don't know what I was trying to think of. So I finally just took it to my grandmother. And mind you, my grandmother retired from the district court in the city that I'm from. So she had a lot of like friends that were like bailiffs, police officers, judges, whatever, right? She had a lot of contacts from working in the court. And so she, you know, had contacts in the criminal justice system. My aunt has a law degree. Her ex-husband was a police officer. So, you know, we got some little criminal justice in the family or whatever, right? So I was like, I knew if I, you know, told her, she was going to try and investigate it, right? So I give it to her. She reads it. She's like super confused. I think for a moment she thought maybe I did know him. Like maybe I was dealing with someone and like I just wasn't telling her, because the way that the letter was written, it was so matter of fact and so intimate. Like he really knew me. Like, you know, he was saying my name. He had written my full name on the envelope. He obviously had my address. He was talking about like what we were going to do and what he liked about me. So she was thinking, I think for a moment, like, look, are you dealing with somebody? Like, are you dealing with some grown man and you haven't told me or whatever? So once she got past that portion, like, no, I'm really not. She was very concerned, and at that moment I understood it, but I was more so like, oh, whatever, like it's just some crazy person, like, you know, I'm totally safe, like clearly he's in jail, I'm not, like it's all good, like I'm 16, like what is this man gonna do? I just felt like so safe and secure and just like in la la land, like a 16-year-old would be about the whole situation. Definitely thought it was weird, but I had no fear in the world like a parent would or like my grandmother would, because she's thinking like, okay, my granddaughter is 16, she's a minor, she clearly has no affiliation with anyone in jail, but yet this person not only has her full name, but they also have her address, which is also where she lays her head. And that's weird as hell. And that's scary as hell, because this person was writing about like anticipating coming home, right? So I don't think he ever mentioned like the date or how much longer, but he was talking like he was gonna be out at some point. So in her head, she's probably thinking like, okay, he has all this information, he's plotting on her, he clearly has a picture of her, he has the address, and he's gonna be home at some point. Like, this is not cool. So, like a responsible, concerned adult, which I was not, she went ahead and, you know, took the letter, took it to whoever she knew or whatever at the court, and had them investigate it. And basically, like, they came back to her and was like, it could have been from the teen of the week thing. So basically they said that happens every so often, where a prisoner will come across someone like in the media, whether it be a newspaper article, an online article, or whatever it may be, where they can get a hold of some female and become interested, right? And they're reaching out, you know, they're in there bored, lonely, whether they found some type of attraction in this person, or whether they feel like they can get over on this person or swindle this person in some type of manner. They, you know, I guess do their research and figure out what they need to, and then write them a letter. So the person said, like, that's pretty much probably what happened. They saw her in the newspaper. They probably took her name and did a search, because obviously the newspaper didn't put my address in there. So they probably searched my name somehow, which is still crazy to me, because why would a minor's address and personal information come up through a search? Like, I was 16, guys. I was not 18. I was not 21. Like, it couldn't have been like my college that had my information on file. It couldn't have been like a job. I mean, I was working then, but I don't think that that job would have had my personal information on the internet. I was just 16. It wasn't much that was attached to me to have my personal information searchable online, right? So it was just really weird. And basically that was the conclusion they came to. Never actually got that letter back. That would have been great to have had for this story time, so I could actually read it. And actually my grandmother should have just made a copy of it, and I don't know, took one of them, either the original or the copy, but she took the whole thing and they kept it and held on to it, probably just threw it away. But yeah, that was the conclusion that they came to. They were like, you know, just don't worry about it. If anything more suspicious happens, go ahead and report it or whatever. And I'm sure it made her feel uneasy, but nothing happened further. Never got another letter, never got a phone call, never had anyone come around. It was just super, super strange. And to this day, I don't know who that was. But in today's day and age, I feel like that's super scary, because now that I'm older and I can imagine like that happening to my child, God forbid, I would be terrified, because it's like, all right, it did mention the high school I went to, so you can easily pop up there or have someone pop up there. You have my address, you can easily pop up there or have someone pop up there. And we're dealing with a 16-year-old. You know, when you're 16, you're gullible, you're easy to get over on. You're just a young, impressionable female, you know. Now, I wasn't like some young, dumb female. I feel like I was pretty intelligent. I knew right from wrong, but you never know, right? And to have a grown man, an inmate at that, you know, have all your personal information and be like clearly interested in you, that is a scary feeling. So yes, I'm so glad that nothing ever came about, that nothing ever transpired. But that was a very, very weird occurrence that happened. But anyway, that's the end of that story. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.